Good morning, good morning, good morning. And here we go.
Live?
Hmm?
Is stream live?
Yeah, stream's live. You want me to meet you?
You're good. I'm not going to be saying anything ignorant.
How was Thanksgiving?
It was okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys celebrate over there?
We do ours in October, but I spent a few years in the States, so we kind of do like 3 Thanksgivings a year. We do. Yeah, I mean, we do. So Thanksgiving was one of the few holidays that we celebrated with my daughter who passed away. So we do that on her birthday. So we do a Thanksgiving then, and then we do the Canadian Thanksgiving in October, and then we do a little bit of a Thanksgiving on the American holiday. Not as big, but still pretty big.
Rough. All I know is that turkey tastes really good, and I like having turkey more than once a year.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it for us. It's like, well, turkey's just delicious. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I need a coffee, and then we're going to watch the retail sector blow up. I'm super excited for my gap leap today. I think GPS is going to do quite well on retail over this weekend. Again, I think that 27% drop from a single analyst is horseshit. I can't. Sometimes the market just is stupid, just stupid. So I'm pretty stoked about that. CCL is way up. The leaps on that are already up $150. So I mean, 25% in a week on those. I'll take that. All of them are profitable. There's not one of these that isn't profitable. This is kind of nutty, actually, looking at this. It may make me into a permanent leap player, I think. If every single one of these things is just going to be fucking profitable, okay, I'll just keep doing that.
I heard you mention it in the morning call, and I was like, "Oh, I'm starting to convert him. He's gonna go that way."
They are all profitable. I look at the stuff that I'm playing near to the date, right? We're talking December's now. Not one of them is profitable. Now, granted, the calls were off. Space 18 puts, AMC 250 puts, ACRX 250 calls. Like, ACRX could still go to where it needs to go, but realistically, I don't think it will. And then as I move further and further out from the date, like as soon as I hit April or March, everything's profitable. Everything. There's not a loser in the bunch. And it's like, well, like, okay, if this is how you play options to be profitable, you don't play on. I mean, what's March from here? 4 months out. You play the next quarter out minimum. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. I think that's what I'll do. Because
on the one hand, yes, leaps are usually more profitable because you can time when you exit without losing the theta decay.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I feel like this time you got pretty lucky because you're buying like you're basically going into the sector that's projected to grow on this vaccine news.
Yeah.
And it's all like the same kind of movement.
Yeah, but I mean, with Gap, for example, right? I think there's always going to be that opportunity where if you just scan the massive falls for the day and look at those companies of like, okay, who fell 25, 30, 45% in a day? Is that reasonable? Is that realistic? And just keep breaking down those companies. I'm pretty sure I can continue finding opportunities there of like, that's an over adjustment. Like that's not a thing. That's bullshit. There's no way.
It's called buy the dip.
Yeah. Yeah. Buy the dip with options on a long-term basis like equity. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot too.
Now, I'm not going to move away from equity entirely, but I do still like that quite a bit. So it's 1 o'clock. We're done here today, right? I think I'm going to stream all the way through here, guys.
What do you think about this HOLX thing that you mentioned in terms of like June, July?
80. HIV is big money. It's such big money because it's not a question of do we use this or not, right? it has to be used. And this test, that it not only confirms the presence of HIV but lets the physician know how long it appears the person's had it and the severity of the contraction, that's a huge deal as far as treatment goes. This will become the standard. This will be the best in practice first use, and it's just been approved. I honestly, like, for this to go to 80, I don't think it is an overstatement. I think that there's a huge potential in it.
Yeah, I know HIV is like really big money, so I was surprised that the information that you gave out was so impactful.
But again, like, this is not the news that you guys are going to find on Seeking Alpha. You actually have to go through and like read FDA approvals to find these guys. Nobody's going to announce this stuff. If it's not related to COVID, you're not seeing it on the Seeking Alphas and on the Yahoo Finances, because it's not going to grab a headline. There's nothing sexy about it. New test for HIV. That's not a great headline, right? It's not a cure for HIV. So people are like, yeah, whatever, new test. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, coffee, marbles. I did it again. I'm saying I'm gonna pull up marbles, but I always forget to do that. So we'll pull up marbles here, guys. We're gonna get ready to go into the day. I'm gonna go grab a coffee. When I get back, we'll do the marbles. We'll get in. I am gonna be here all day. HOLX. And this guy here wants to be famous and get himself banned. You're famous, buddy. All on your own. Later. So we'll go here. Let's go here. I really am interested to see how Martini's retail portfolio that she did. She did a fractional retail portfolio on Robinhood. She bought it Monday. I'm interested to see how that does today and through the weekend. I think there'll be big money on that. Okay, we've got. Let's go with Crazy Forgotten Family. Okay. When that loads, guys, hit play, get in. Winner gets to pick which stock we watch going into market. I'm going to grab coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, I see Palantir, guys. Honestly, for me, I think that Palantir is just going to be. Am I the only one here? Are there other people in this? I think I'm going to be looking at a firm pretty tightly. Oh, no, there's other people. Oh, it's down here. That's why. Okay. Um, Ajax lively, and people love representing the non-subs. Yeah, Affirm. The Palantir has me looking at this, going, okay, I'm never again not going to just buy and hold PayPal Mafia stock. I'm just going to buy it because they apparently just don't lose. These guys don't lose.
Free money.
It's absolutely fucking nutty to me.
Same.
But I'm not going to bet against a winning horse. Like, okay, Secretariat won one. Okay, won a second one. Okay, well, I'm sure just going to bet on him on the third. Like, I'm not one of those like, oh, he's sure to break the streak. Like, no. Oh, we already fell down. We're further along. Could I look at BLU? Yeah, I can take a look at BLU. What is BLU? Right now, boys, it looks like I'm picking. Oh shit! I gotta hit a jump.
In other news, I'm strongly considering gold calls for mid next year. I think you're muted.
Okay, you guys can hear me now, but this is the background audio on it. NVIDIA? What's going on here? It's my NVIDIA, guys. Sorry about that.
I can hear myself on stream.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that's there. What if I switch to this? Okay, now you guys can hear me again. Okay, there I am. There it's at. All right, I've been talking this whole time. Nobody can hear me. That's fantastic. I can definitely look at blue. TRVG. Ooh, this is a new one. I don't know that one. TRVG. All right. We've got a little bit of time here before we open. So let's take a look at blue.
And gold overcorrected pretty big, considering that we're still expecting a stimulus sometime soon.
Space over 27 is egregious. It's absolutely gross. The question with space is, when do you see New Mexico lifting their lockdown? That's the question people need to be asking themselves. If you're looking for a reasonable assessment of space, they cannot do shit until New Mexico lifts their lockdown. New Mexico was first to lock down, and they are leaning hard left into this thing of lockdowns for everybody. Everybody in the country should be locked down. Why aren't you locked down? So I think it's at least March before we see them lift that lockdown, and at that point, Mary Bear, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. At that point, Virgin is going to have to reapply to the FAA for approvals on their launch. Okay, my issue with a company out of Canada is they tend to have a much harder time getting FDA approval. They may get Canadian approval, but again, remember that the Canadian market, if every single person in Canada uses their drug, that's only 30 million people. Like it's not a shit ton of money, and it's also socialized medicine, right? So you're not getting the same kind of dollars for your meds. The FDA approval on this is going to be challenging, I think. Yeah, so good morning, and you better. Yeah, Space is running on the trend and the hype. It got an upgrade from an analyst. So in the same way that Gap got a downgrade and the stock lost its mind, Space got an upgrade and lost its mind. Which is why I'm actually not sweating balls too much on my Space 18 put for December. The 18s that I have? Yeah, 18s. I'm actually not too concerned about my Space 18 puts. I think there's still opportunity for it to fall all the way back down there. I think at some point the market realizes, oh shit, they're not actually going to be doing anything for the next 5 months. The one that baffles me the most is AMC, where a competitor gets news that they've got enough money to make it through, but AMC doesn't get shit. They just ride up the market with that. It's like, well, AMC is still my AMC 250 puts for January. I am very confident on. I think December is going to be a hell of a month. Box office numbers for this Thanksgiving weekend are going to come out, and they are going to be a pittance. They are going to be nothing. Anybody know what's in theaters right now? Fucking nothing. That's what's in theaters right now. Let's see. Currently in theaters. The Croods, New Age. And then it's all just old movies. Frozen, Grinch, Santa Claus. There's nothing new. Like, when the majority of the movies on this list are movies that came out 15 years ago. You're 19 today. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. BlackRock grows because the federal government lets them spend their money. Um, but yeah, so like Crudes is a new movie, but other than that, like Frozen, Grinch, Santa Claus, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Harry Potter, Harry Potter. Like there's nothing here. Anybody rushing out to theaters to see anything here? Vanguard with Jackie Chan.
I'll watch Jackie Chan, but not in theaters.
Right. Like I don't see anything here that somebody's like, I might get COVID, but it's worth it to go see that movie. This looks interesting where you've got a movie called Let Him Go that has the same mom and dad from Superman. Very weird. Like a casting agent went, you know what? Kevin Costner and Diane Lane would make an excellent father and mother. I'm wondering, should we put them in another movie other than Superman? Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's cast them in the exact same role, but let's put them on a ranch somewhere and have them be middle America. Again, not a blockbuster. This has been out since November 6th. So box office, let's see box office year over year. I'm not saying it's not decent. I'm just saying like the casting on that was not mind blowing. Hey, let's cast him in the same role. It would be like casting Eminem in another rapper movie, right? Like, okay, so the leader in box office last weekend, Santa Claus, the Santa Claus with Tim Allen from the 90s, is in the top 5. This is not good news. That the top box office of the weekend was 1.3 million. Um, yeah, rip. So what's interesting is top grossing movies for the year. Sonic the Hedgehog is way up here, and they didn't really do well in theaters. They did the majority of their sales through digital release. Okay, where are we? Market's about to open here, so let's switch over. We'll watch TRVG here. Today's the retail sector for me, ladies and gentlemen. That's the one that I want to be watching. I think retail does some nutty shit today, especially given that we've got a short Friday. Power hour is at noon. Nobody gets to go for lunch today. Mm-hmm. 5K coffee. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go. Hey, look at that! It took off a hair. What is the deal with this thing? I don't know this stock. What is the deal with it? TRVG. Oh, this is Trivago. Interesting. Trivago was the one saying that they did not see business travel recovering. We're not talking recovering over the next 4 to 5 years. They said, period. They do not see business travel ever recovering, which makes a hell of a lot of sense in my book. And it's gone. Fuck me. Yeah, no, and there's a lot of people out there. A lot of the airlines are saying, you know, 2023, 2024. We think that there's a good opportunity for things to return the way that it was. I think Trivago is the first person that I've seen in the travel industry that has acknowledged business travel is dead. It will be a fraction of what it used to be. And those that are doing business travel are going to be the executive level. They'll be the people on private planes, right? We're not talking business class. We're talking private jet class, right? Which doesn't particularly help these travel agencies. It doesn't particularly help these airlines that are looking to fill up business class. So it'll be interesting to see how planes adjust where business class is empty now. Do they expand first class and lower the price on first class, eliminating the business class sector, or do they create like a, a regular people plus that is less business focused but more on just a slightly improved seating plan for a reduced cost on business class? Personally, I think they'd make more money getting people back on planes if they just split the plane 50-50, first class in the back half, and then give a reduced price on the first class from where it currently is. I think you're going to get a lot more people hopping on planes thinking, oh, I can get a first class flight for what it used to cost me to get business. But yeah, I think Travago's on to something with we're fucked. Now, I don't know that that's necessarily something that you want to put out there, right? You don't want to tell the whole world, well, we're boned. It's over. But there it is. Yeah, this came right back down. Check the holdings. No surprise that DGLY is doing well today. We're getting closer and closer to the time where Trump is going to have to be escorted from the building, which is going to cause issues to say the least. Am I still holding Waiter? Yeah, I've got $7,000 in Waiter right now. I took a profit. I took 2K profit and then I got back in. let's head over to the tip ranks here. See how we're doing. As always, guys, I'm glad you took a break, man. Sometimes you just need to step away from the market for a bit, right? You guys can always find my portfolio there. You're welcome to check it out. Let's see where we're at. It's thinking real hard right now. Mask mandates, coronavirus restrictions. I wonder if there's any new. Palantir's up 12%. APXT's up 36%. Yeah, I mean, it's ACRX is just ticking away, right? Like at one point, guys, I was down $5,000 on ACRX. So when I see it down 1,000, it's like, I know what this stock is worth. Yeah, as much as the stress was put on of like, it's Thanksgiving, guys, stay at home, don't travel, don't be with family, don't be with friends. Good luck with that. Like, good luck. The number of photos I saw across social yesterday of, oh, I know we're not supposed to get together, but we just couldn't take it. We had to get together as a family. It's like, of course you did. Of course you did. Yeah, but I think ACRX any day now we're supposed to be hearing about their order from the army because Vince was saying by the end of November. Here we are at the end of November. And I don't fault anybody that had people over. That just makes sense to me. I get it. It's the holidays. You want to have family over. That makes sense to me. All right, let's hop into the options portfolio here. See how that's doing today. Up 1.2%, so not a ton. Like I was saying earlier, though, guys, those closest to the money, as far as time goes, are way down. It's only around March that things start to get profitable. I guess February, Hill, but looking at these plays that are here, guys, RSX isn't nothing. I took that in January. I am not in Palantir. No. Looking at AMC at 250, I think there's a huge opportunity for AMC to actually come back down and hit this mark. I am tempted to average on this actually. Thinking Hand, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. What if I give them 10? Are they going to give me this for $10?
Order filled.
Nice, they gave it to me for 9. I'm going to take it now. At that price?
Order filled.
Oh, got it at 8? Yeah, I'll leave that. But that's nice. Get the DCA on that down by 25 cents. Yeah, if your parents are elderly, that makes sense. Both my parents are immunocompromised, so I like holidays. We just aren't going to see them, and we understand that. But as far as space coming back down to 18, I think that that's possible. I think that this hype train on space is very quickly going to just disappear. In regards to ACRX going to 250, I think that this is possible. We just need the order from the Army to come in, that news. And this thing could go up to that level. So RSX, guys, was a meme that I took back in last January, betting on the Russian economy through the election. Clearly, that did not pay out. AMC 250 puts for January. If I'm confident on the AMC 250s for December, you better believe I'm confident on the ones for January here. AstraZeneca 85s. This one I'm doubtful on. This is the only one that I'm looking at here. RSX is a meme. That's a nothing. But AstraZeneca I don't think is actually going to play out. This is too far. too far for it to go to come back. Even if they get approval, at most I think they run to 70. I don't think they come up to strike on this. So on the news of their approval, I'll get out probably the day of on the rise. But other than that, I'll probably won't go near it again. Hill guys into February, I think is fantastic. I think it's only going to keep going up. DGLY, I think is going to do just fine through another COVID lockdown. Cars, I think is going to do extremely well through the Christmas season. We talked about Gap. I think I took Gap for their Q4 earnings as well as a leap into January of next year. Pretty confident on that. ET, that's on the pipeline going through. I'm comfortable with that. Mattel, this is on their Q4 earnings. Comfortable with that. And then the rest of the leaps here, guys: cruise lines, airlines, casinos, and banks. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Up 1% on the day. It's not huge money, but it's something. Kind of just got to run with it, right? Let's see what is going on as far as the market leaders today. Who is tearing it up? Works. What is Works? SC Works up 84%. This is really interesting. I thought there would have been at least a retail name in here somewhere. I don't see a retail name here anywhere.
All right,
Bro.
Millennial. My butt is puckered.
Okay. Good
It's
morning,
like,
Redemption. That's an interesting
so-
hello. Hi, Millennial. My butt is puckered. Oh, hey, Redemption. Why is your
I
sphincter
dropped
tight?
I dropped all my free capital on Palantir put spreads. So I think I'm bullish on it. Not. I hate the fact that when you say put spreads, it sounds like, oh, you're shorting Palantir or whatever, but no, I'm actually long.
You just need to say credit or debit spreads, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear somebody add something on to, so if they're saying call something, I assume that it's the reverse. If they say a put something, I assume that it's the reverse. Otherwise, you would have just said calls or puts, right? And then if you start talking iron condors, I just check the fuck out because.
No, I always hated iron condors because they made something even more sound like something simple, but it made it even more stupid. It sounded like a developed plan to make it sound like it's really cool and stuff like that. But the ultimate goal is to just get you to spend more brokerage fees.
Yeah. Is there a reason I'm not in Tesla? Because this is a growth portfolio, and if I was to buy shares of Tesla, the opportunity for growth just isn't there, right? Volume is a thing. I need to be able to have a large enough holding of something in order to get the gains on it, right? So you'll see that most of the holdings that I have are sub $10, and that's because I want to get volume so that if I see it like Tesla, let's say I've got $1,000, right? Okay, I get 2 shares of Tesla, maybe depending on where it is right now, and it goes up 2.5%. Great, I went up 2.5% on the $1,000. That's fantastic. But the reality is, if I could have 7,000 shares of Tesla or 7,000 shares of a $1.50 stock and it goes up 40 cents, or I could have 2 shares of Tesla and it goes up $2. I would rather have the 40 shares that go up 30, 40 cents, right? That for me, it's too big of a damn beast for me to be playing. Now on options, that's a different thing. I could look at Tesla calls, but my understanding is with Tesla calls, it's the same shit, right? It's extremely expensive to play. So, yeah. Yeah, the earnings in April for Mattel are going to be batshit. It's just going to be nuts. Now, I don't know that I actually hold through on Mattel. I think I probably sell up into the earnings on the hype. I might even sell the Aprils before then. They're up $40 right now. I got them for 29 and they're up. It says market value is about 50 right now. We've got somebody else other than me looking to be a motivator in chat there. So don't call that number. Don't call that email. Ignore everything that is. And I will be working quickly here to remove that from existence.
Surprised Facebook doesn't have link filter or whatever, a link blocker.
Okay, I finished selling all my options for December that are expiring in December. I bought some gold, so I'm sitting pretty.
Oh. How are you taking gold calls?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you play? Is it GLD that you play? Like, you play the miners, or what do you play?
I took 190s for July.
You broke up there. What's the ticker that you play?
GLD. I took
it is
190s
GLD.
for July. Yeah.
And this is an ETF of gold miners, right?
It tracks the gold spot price, less expenses and liabilities, using gold bars held in London.
Okay.
It's not miners.
So it's the actual commodity. Interesting.
For commodities, I have like 2K and JNUG that I've had since it split.
Oh god, JNUG.
I remember the days of JNUG when everybody was hot on that shit.
I remember my friend telling me about that, and it's like, oh yeah, you guys should look at JNUG, and I was like, why? It's that. Why would I go with one of these obscure miners? And he's just like, he just tells me, it's just like, well, I mean, it's gonna be popular. You just watch, and then I did. I watched and I cried.
I don't know. I'm up 99%, 99.43% on my JNUG position. So,
yeah.
So, guys, last week we watched AMC go from $3 to $4.50 on news that their competitor got a line of credit. That's the only news that they got. AMC got no positive news and ran over 30%.
That sounds real desperate.
Yeah. So when I did have people asking me about my AMC puts and why I'm in that position, it's because this is horseshit. They haven't had any good news. They are still in debt. They are still bleeding. They have not enough cash to last through January. And I don't see anything on the slate that dictates that they are going to see a reversal in their earnings over the next 6 months. Nothing. Even if we get to the point of spring, right? Spring has sprung, COVID vaccines are here. People are back outside. There's nothing slated until summer of next year. So that means that they're not only going to lose out this quarter, Q4, which is typically the biggest for movie theaters, right? Thanksgiving weekend, Christmas. They're going to miss their Q4, but they are also going to miss their Q1, and they're going to miss Q2. They're going to have 3 more quarters of dog shit. They're like absolute dog shit. Not like, well, it could be a little bit rough. It might not be great. No. 3 quarters of dog shit, and they only have enough cash on hand to last them through the end of January. That this is at 450 right now is complete disconnect. These guys here, like CCL, MGM, everybody's looking to June for them. June is pretty much across the board what we're looking at as far as these things starting to come back a little bit. But the question is, can you survive until then? MGM, CCL have the money to do so. MGM, especially now that it's getting into digital gambling, is going to do just fine. Sports betting online, they paired with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, they're looking really, in my book, MGM is looking really, really solid heading into another lockdown. They'll just lean more heavily into their digital gambling. As well, they've got their holdings in Macau. And Asia don't give a fuck right now. They're out and about and casino crazy. So that's looking pretty solid. Am I still looking at Hill? Yeah. Yeah, Hill's not on here. Huh. Oh no, there it is. It just hasn't moved at all today. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, millennial. I had free time, so I looked at the Cineplex balance sheet and everything. Supposedly they only have $13 million on hand, and with the outstanding share amount that they have, they're paying out about like 9.5, probably a little bit more, but 9.5 million in dividends in their upcoming dividend. Here's the strange thing: they said that they made 680 million or something like that in back when the report was filed back in September or whatever. But I'm like, wait, where did they make 680 million from? Like,
yeah,
makes no sense. And without diving too deep into it, I was just like, you know what? I think I know where it is. It was from probably a combination from the PPP loans and Canadian, like, whatever loans that they gave them. Because I also looked at their long-term debt. I was like, yeah, they also have like 600 million in debt there too. So it's gonna be real interesting with the 20.
If I had to pick a winner out of the movie theaters, it would be cinema. Only on the basis of they actually have the cash to weather the storm. Guys, I'm not going anywhere with Hill. Biden, the electoral vote is in 2 weeks. Either way, the court cases go with Trump at this point. Even he is saying he'll leave the White House. That's as close as you're going to get to Trump conceding that he lost the election. He's made it quite clear that even in the event that the electoral votes against him, he's not going to concede defeat. He will go down in history as the only president to never smoothly transition power. Even on an electoral vote, he will not concede defeat. It will not happen. Which isn't surprising. Nobody should have their jaw on the floor with that. That par for the course. That just makes sense. What will be interesting for me is, what does Trump do out of office? What plays does Trump start making once he's out of office? Do we see him ally closely with China or Russia? Do we see him pulling properties out of the U.S. as a result? I think that it would not be surprising to me to see Trump start to move his interests out of the U.S.
I think he should. Tried to help, you get rebuked for it. Fine, okay. Well, I'll go elsewhere then.
Ooh, there's a biotech SPAC today. Gross. ATNF.
Hey, Redemption.
So
Got a question. You ever see this phenomenon where you look at an option that has zero open interest, zero volume,
Mhm.
and then you force the market maker to sell you some? You buy like 40, maybe 80 contracts, and
Yeah.
then within an hour, it's up to 800 contracts that are exchanged, and that's the new open interest.
Can't say I have, but
That happened to me last week, and I'm freaked out. I opened the floodgates.
it's probably a Rita question. But if I was a market maker, I'd be like, okay, well, depending on where I stand with that thing, I might either be positioning, or I might suspect if you have a really good track record history, and if it is a certain type of firm, they'll be like, wait, what's this guy's hit rate? Oh shit, he might know something. They might try to move on that, but
GameStop's up
most of the time that's
11.5%.
bad. Most of that stuff can be gathered via data.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, GameStop's up 11.5%, guys. Best Buy is down a little bit, like 0.03%. This is not a shocker. GameStop up where it is into Q4. Here we go. If you're gonna have stupidity, it's gonna be on this one. It's gonna. If this thing goes to 20, I'm gonna be a little bit sick in my mouth. But what else are we? Peloton. Peloton's supposed to be doing well. What is Peloton's ticker here?
Peloton.
Peloton. Yeah, they're up a little bit. They're not up a ton. I guess Monday will be more of the big mover, right? Once we get numbers out of today and what's looking like it's big.
Yeah.
There's the tip ranks, guys. This month I'm up 41%. So it's been a decent November. Still can't break into that 4-star club though. Pissing me off.
Mine is let's see.
Pissing me off. The fact
Mine's
that I can't get dead contracts.
Mine's somewhat 4-star. It's just the 4th star isn't fully shaded in.
Yeah, that's very clear 3.5 for me. I can't wait for the whole year to go around and for me to clear this freaking May off the board. Once this May is gone next year, this thing is going to look beautiful. COCP is up 7%. Interesting. I think I'm going to get rid of this because I bought this on a meme. I'll set it at 190 and see if I can get it to come up and grab it. I'm interested about Apple sales this weekend. Hopefully we get... Does Apple have Black Friday deals? Of course they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
What has Apple got for us? MacBook, $50 off of MacBook Pro. That's it. $400 on an iPad Pro. AirPods, $50 off. $100 off a MacBook Air. These are not dropping my jaw here.
So I spent the last about 11 hours scouring the internet for deals, and this Black Friday was utter garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I got my daughter a drawing tablet, and that was pretty decent actually, because it was normally it was 90, and they brought it down to 65, and then Apple or Amazon Canada gave Prime members $15 coupon or whatever. So I was able to get it for 50, so half off isn't bad. But yeah, I'm looking at these Black Friday deals and it's like, okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what's here that's really knocking people's socks off, shall we? Lightning deals. This is where you want to go, guys, because these go quick. Electric scooter, 22% off. Five-pack of canvas bags. A knife. Pillows. Weights. Gaming keyboard, half off. And we want a new gaming keyboard?
Jesus, Tesla's almost at 600. Rita's gonna have a happy morning.
The HP website itself, for the guys that make like the laptops and stuff,
Yeah.
they have some pretty good deals. Like those are probably the best stuff that I've found on the internet.
Okay, so if you guys aren't seeing a theme here for Christmas buying, it's Baby Yoda and Crayola. Who owns Crayola? Hallmark. Hallmark is privately owned. So you can't play Crayola.
That sucks.
Let's open these guys up, these Baby Yodas, because there's a bunch of different ones here. This is Lego. I think Lego's privately owned too, isn't it? Okay, so these cute little Baby Yoda 2.5-inch toys are from Hasbro. Star Wars action figure Baby Yoda, Hasbro. Lego Mandalorian. Star Wars 1.5-inch toy. What the hell? Look at how small that crap is. My kid loses that in 10 seconds. I put that under the tree, he opens it, it's gone. A 1.5-inch toy? Wow. Okay. So what's interesting is Mattel had the top Baby Yoda toy as of last week. And now there's Mattel plush. Yeah, there it is. This is the Mattel one. Or one of these is the Mattel one. This is Hasbro. Animatronic. This is Mattel? Yeah. This plush toy here is Mattel. 11 inches, so your kid doesn't lose that shit. Go figure. Baby Yoda Monopoly. Baby Yoda mask. Baby Yoda Funko Pop. I bet you Funkos are going to do well. What's Funko at right now? Funko. 926. Is it out of 50? No, it's not. Oh, Funko's got room to recover. Hmm. Interesting. Man, I don't know what to do with this Kodak call that I've got for $40. It's profitable right now. I'm just thinking, if Kodak does get that loan approval, this thing's going to run again like a maniac, right?
Is it worth $40 to make that play right now?
I guess that's what I got to weigh is like, okay, I'd make 50% on this option if I took it right now. But what do I stand to gain on Funko? So if I take a Funko for next January, which I can't, it only goes to May. If I take May of next year, 15s, 75. No, there's definitely more money in Kodak, I think.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, if Kodak does what it did, I can't even fathom like what that looks like if it goes to 40, right? If it goes to 40 and I'm holding these from when it was a couple of bucks. I mean, what's Kodak in strike? Almost nothing right now, right?
Good morning.
Good
What's up?
morning. Yeah, I know. Kodak's definitely the... I wonder when we hear... There's a big volume spike on that too here. What the hell? What happened last week with Kodak?
I know Rita was talking about it on Wednesday.
Yeah, look at that. Holy shit.
She used to work for Kodak too, so she'll when she gets in, you'll definitely want to ask her about it.
I don't see any news here about this. WPRT is up 9% again. Awesome.
Palantir's dying. Oh no.
We just swept below that fire. Let's see how it goes now.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Tyler 11129. George Floyd, what about him? What about George Floyd, sir? Oh, I think not, sir. I think that you are racist trash and you need to disappear. Bye. Unbelievable.
Oh, is that in your stream?
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Actually, can I?
Me.
Yeah. Wow. That's some next level cesspool genetics there. That's terrible. Well done, sir. Well done. May you not sleep a full night the rest of your days.
Do you want Millennial? Do you want to mod me? I'll make sure he gets reported.
Yeah. How do I do that?
/mod and then my name.
What's your username?
Just Web.
There's no like.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, it's Tyler 11129. Unreal.
Message.
I just don't get it. It's not funny, so I can't say it's a joke.
Oh, he was trying to troll, I'm sure, and be funny, not realizing that he's not.
Yeah, it's 1 p.m. today. Well, that's just it. Like, he's trying to be funny, but in what world? Like, in what skewed, screwed up world is? Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
extra special kind of people out there.
It looks like he's gonna have to. He might have to create a new Twitch account. Although it was just created 2 days ago, so he probably is a lifelong troll and constantly gets his accounts banned.
I thought they had IP banning. Don't they have IP banning of some kind?
Maybe. He wait, he requested an unban? Yes. Oh. He called you a POS.
Mm-hmm. These are my feelings really badly hurt. Oh no, the internet troll is sad.
Be funny. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, you do you, man. You do you.
Take care of him for you.
Yeah. I mean, enjoy your stimulus check, man. I'm sure it's nice not having to work and being able to sit at home, create spam accounts that are racist, derogatory, and terrible. What is this? Regulation on crypto? How in the world does Mnuchin plan to do this before he leaves? Okay, Mnuchin's not looking to regulate the coin themselves. He's looking to regulate the self-hosted crypto wallets. What's Mara doing today? Oh, it's down nicely. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, Mara's looking really nice to me right where it is right now, guys. So you have to remember the Mara, guys, that in the spring it's got 10,000 new miners operational. If this comes down to $4, $4.20, I'm gonna grab me a bunch of it. Motley Fool. I want AMC to live, but it will probably die in 2021.
Yeah, it sounds like some garbage they would write.
I'm on Rita's Discord. Right there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Doing well. So I took a little bit of profit on COCP, not a ton, but a little bit.
I don't know. The Best Buy deals didn't seem all that great.
Later, which ticker do you want me to look at? I see you redeeming that, but Sol, SOL. This is just solar, right? This is so again, guys. When Biden gets in December, expect Sol to do well. I know that people are saying it's priced in, but I don't think it is priced in. I think that things like Sol and Tan are going to do well on Biden actually getting the nod. Is there news on WPRT that it's up 10% today? Yeah, Best Buy is another one, guys. We looked at those earnings and they were great. They were good earnings. Oh, okay. So that's still not the China deal. Man, I'm looking to get out of positions here just to free up capital to get into Mara, but I think that this is all I'm going to be able to get my hands on. That's unfortunate. Shit.
I'll show you a new T-shirt that I was working on for Rita's store, but it's not gonna be available yet, so don't show it on stream.
We can put it in Discord. I won't see it. I did look into uranium mining. It's not a huge deal for me. Yeah, Waiter, WPRT's done quite well.
I just want to know, will you wear this shirt if we put it out? And I think I know the answer, but
yeah, I definitely will. Yeah, I would definitely rock that shirt. Ah, shit. I bought this inside the Canadian margin account again. That really just pisses me off.
Go Carnival Cruise Lines, go!
See if they won't let me transfer the securities over. Sometimes they let me do it. Well, maybe I just sell this thing. This is up $260. Filled. Okay, great. Well, that works out. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, CBII. And then Mara.
Are they saying that you were wrong again?
Who was wrong?
You? Oh no, Triton. Triton's. Or no, yeah, Lottie. Hey, remember when you told Rita to get out at 210? LOL.
Yeah, but we took 40% on it. Oh, 6 no love. If ever you guys want me to look at a dividend stock, I'm just going to send you to that champions list. I don't mean to be dismissive of dividends as a play, but that champions list, some guy just updates that monthly. Of all of the tickers that have increased their dividend over the last 25 years. If I'm going to pick a juicy dividend play, it's going to be that. Because dividends aren't supposed to be sexy. They're supposed to be boring as shit, right? So I'll take the boring as shit dividends that have been increasing their dividend over 25 years. Yeah, this Mara thing is an over-adjustment. For this to go back up to $6 as soon as shit hits the fan again. Holy hell. GameStop is up 12.5% now. Seriously? Come on. I looked into it briefly. The reason why I didn't get into uranium is because I had told myself that I wasn't going to be an energy trader. oil, energy, that kind of stuff. I got burned pretty hard on 2 oil plays, and past that was kind of like, you know what? Maybe I just stick with what makes me money instead of playing in things that don't make me money. Mass adoption of uranium for me is another one that I'm hesitant to see happening globally. I don't know that we see a mass adoption of uranium anytime soon. The flavor of the week seems to be hydrogen and solar. Okay, let's see if this will let me transfer. Ineligible. Okay, COCP is up 13% now. I definitely could have got a better exit than what I got on it. Oh well. Win is a win is a win is a win, I suppose. I'm going to delete this off my board so I'm not FOMOing on it. CCL is up nicely today. I'm up 30% on that now. Yeah, as the conversation shifts more and more to self-driving vehicles, which I think is going to happen Q2 next year, BlackBerry just gets more and more and more appealing. Redemption, did you say there's a buyer on CCL at 2250?
It was at 2020, but we've been we smacked his face. Sorry, we smacked. I didn't even see any sellers, but we never even touched that buyer down at 2020. Let me pull it up again. Yeah, 22's typical. Yep, no, we broke it. Next one is at 2250. I see Goldman starting to appear at just before 23. 23, that's typical. Yeah, the only thing I see is that Goldman's starting to appear before 23, so that's about it. But I would imagine it's just because of that, probably like the 250 or something like that. So it's just an algorithm there. It's not someone actually it's not a person dictating that. It's just an algorithm. If we close about 23, I mean, we can run very well.
Order partially filled. Order
Okay.
filled.
Now it's time to look at Mara. Mara options for January of next year. $5 or $2.75. But June. Shit, these things are expensive.
Jesus Christ, CCL just not stopping.
Order filled.
Okay.
Ah,
Order
great.
cancelled.
Stocky's talking about my concept of how
Order
institutions slaughter freaking normies.
All right. Good morning, Outlaw. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh yeah,
So
millennial.
I just exited my MGM for a 30% gain. I know I'm supposed to lock these leaps and leave it, but the Maras for next year at $4, I think that's insane. I think that the stock doubles, if not triples, by then. By 2022.
Millennial. So I'm not sure if this stuck this morning, but when I mentioned today, I was just like, I read some comments last night about what I do and everything. And here's the thing: to understand what I do, I am front running the news essentially. Like the stuff that you guys read, you guys are reactionary to the news, and that was very evident of when you looked at CCL. I didn't catch it full spectrum, but like I did catch a majority of it, which is like the 50 million shares that moved through to pay off their note holders. Nobody knew that, and the price was set at $18. So yeah, that was my explanation of it. Just like that's why my plays don't make sense. Like I'm literally front running the news. I'm not reacting to it. I am front running it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 2750s on CCL, and it's already back up to 22.
Mm-hmm. If we close above 23 at any point, if we close above today, like this thing has nothing stopping it robotically. The only way it would stop is if some sort of weird fundamental news comes out. But I think the markets just or these particular sectors have been so beaten down that they're so sick of it that it won't phase it too much. I think it'll be like it'll have some effect, but it'll be like we're so sick of this. We want some good news already. That's basically what they're running on, from what I understand, or from my experience.
Yeah, Mara being down 17% today, guys. Again, all the other ones, I get it, because like Riot doesn't have. Let's go here. Let's see the news on Riot. I want their last earnings. There it is. Riot misses on revenue. Okay, so these guys missed their press release. Let's see what they have to say. So they're looking at 2.3 exahash a second. Okay, so that's important. That's the number I want there is 2.3 exahash a second. Okay, so now let's go to Mara and see what their capacity is going to be. So they're looking at 2.6 versus 2.3. They're projecting 8 million, 9 million in revenue a month. 6.7 million in profit. Yeah, so Riot's Bitcoins have so even after their next Bitcoin miners show up, they're still going to be less than Mara's output. So I like Mara better out of the two. I don't know, like Bitcoin guys, what do you think? Where's it going?
Depending on who you ask, probably to the moon.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the ridiculous on both sides, right? I've heard somebody say Bitcoin's going to go back to $100 a piece. I've heard the other side where people are telling me Bitcoin's going to be 1.2 million, and to both of them, I say you're high on your own supply. Like, there's no way. But for those that are saying 20,000 by February, we almost got there, right? Like,
Yeah, we got close on the weekend. Or sorry, not weekend, on the holiday.
I don't think that 20,000 is obscene at this point. Especially what we've got coming out of the government as soon as Biden takes over is let's spend another 3 trillion in debt. People are moving out of bonds real quick on that announcement, right? 100,000 by summer. Okay, I mean that's not as insane as 1.2 million, but I think 100,000 by summer is a bit. I think that's overreaching. If you told me 30,000 by the summer, okay, I could get on that train. I could see that. I still think that's reaching a little bit, but I think the potential's there for sure. I mean, look over the last year, 15,000 to 19,000 at the peak, right? They're saying over the next 6 months they expect this to go, 5x, 500%. I don't see that. I think that's too much. I need a water, guys. I'll be right back.
Bitcoin's price is hard to nail because like it's just so much speculation.
Ow. It doesn't have a cover on. Okay. All right. Let's do some Bitcoin research then. Okay, let's scope these out. These are all the top articles for Bitcoin and the predictions here, guys. Bloomberg strategist. Don't care about this. So Bloomberg has it at 170,000. But when? So it looks like the big factors that they're saying for Bitcoin are institutions are now buying this thing, like they haven't before. PayPal, Square, and Fidelity are all getting into Bitcoin.
Paper.
Okay, so this guy's got, by the end of 2021, it'll be 60,000 a Bitcoin. The next guy. So where is this guy from? This guy is Mike Novogratz. Who the hell is Mike Novogratz? Hedge fund manager, formerly investment firm Fortress Investment. He was a ranked billionaire in Forbes 2007, 2008. Okay. This one has 100,000 by December of next year. Next one is 170,000 by Bloomberg. Citibank has this at 318,000 by the end of next year. What the? Really? I I don't know about that. Okay, this guy says 74,000. I'm just trying to get a ballpark here. 60,000 seems to be the low side. I had 30,000. I'm way off from these predictions. I am not even in the same, like, I am. They're playing Iron Man races, and I'm like on a 3-wheeler in my backyard on this thing. Like, it's. Yeah, the one thing that we splurge on in my house is sweet coffee mugs. My wife and I, that's our sanity time in the day, is our coffee time first thing in the morning. So We've got some sweet mugs, but yeah, this is one of my favorites for sure. The dad, the husband, the legend. Oreo cookie, anyone? No?
Should be collecting streamer mugs too.
Oh yeah. I would like to get one of those mugs that's shaped like a butt that says "Slept That Ask" on it.
I don't know about one that is shaped like a butt, but we can definitely make a slap that ask mug.
Yeah, that one right there. This one's a little classier. That's a tighter pair of buns. There's a great his and hers set.
See, we could do something like that that says slap my ass or slap that ask. I can also make one that the butt doesn't appear until there's coffee in it.
Ooh, I like that. Actually, with
So-
that, what I'd like to see is attendee indicator. So it just says attendee indicator on it, and then when you fill it up with coffee, the ticker goes all the way up.
Oh, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, because I think it starts at the bottom and then like fades up. So it would reveal the ticker like moving up.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. That's not a bad idea.
How do you get into crypto exactly? I have no idea, man. I don't mine it. I don't buy it. I don't trade it. The only thing that I'm trading right now on crypto is a stock that mines crypto. You've seen a mug with a bowl so I can take a hit of your meds. I never smoke inside, especially in this room. I don't want my comics smelling like pot. But that's a cool idea. For winter morning out in your slippers. Coffee with a bowl. Very interesting.
Hello, cat.
There she is.
597.
Oh God, what is happening?
Tesla. The power.
You're kidding me. You're
597.
fucking kidding me.
It's been flirting with 600 all day. Or, well, most of the morning. Not really all day.
For those of you that don't recognize that voice, that's the one, the only, the Martini Rita.
Why do you guys do these things? Like, stop. It's already too much. Okay. Already.
It's already dead. It's already. Is that Karen? No, that is not Karen.
I am not a Karen. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, Rita,
Not white.
my butt puckered because I took a Palantir vertical credit spread.
It is 597. Oh my God. Oh,
It's about to hit 598. Lucky on that Palantir spread that I got. I just put it in by accident because I was trying to do the bid press, and I hate how IB has it set up. But
33.
I put it in by
It hit 33.
That's where someone was spoofing Rita. But when we went and approached it, it just died. I don't know why. We just died after that. Like someone was 100% spoofing it. because we made a second attempt at it and we didn't. He didn't come back.
We're in the 2000s, guys. I mean, this is it. The valuation of Palantir was already stupid.
Stupidly low, or
Stupidly high.
yeah, but it's like a Creed song, you know. Can you take me higher? And clearly it can.
Done redemption.
Triton, do you have an article for that? I'd love to see that. PayPal is not letting people in and out on Bitcoin. They have to buy it and just keep it? What? How do you even regulate that? Oh, Blader, good reminder. Martini, people said that you were talking about Kodak and the obscene volume it had. What was the deal with that?
Me?
Yeah, they said you were talking about it last week.
Redemption was.
Waiter?
No, Kodak.
Kodak. No, I wasn't talking about much about that. I just said Kodak is it's one of those hype plays that, you know, whenever something's cool is going on, Kodak will say they're going to do that or they're going to adopt that philosophy just to jump their stuff.
Okay.
What are you eating?
Double stuffed Oreos.
Can I show you? Oh no, I'm not on stream, but
I
I was gonna show you my Oreos. Guess what I have?
don't know what.
Christmas
Peanut
Oreos?
butter Oreos.
Ooh.
God, they're fucking amazing. Like legit, probably best Oreo I've ever had in my life.
I guess our grocery store did an over order of Oreos, so I walked in and they had like one of those massive bins, 2 packages of double stuffed Oreos for $7. I'm like, yes, please. I will take those.
Okay, are you in a robe?
Yeah.
Epic Games.
It's Black
Or a
Friday.
hobo,
It's Black
officially.
Friday.
He's in a fucking robe.
Oh, he's
Funny.
Yeah, look at that. He's drinking out of whatever container. Is that for your kids? That's for your kids, isn't it?
This is Talker Swag from Social Media Week Lima.
Kind of looks like one of those like blankets that.
Oh yeah, he is
The
Peepo
Snuggie?
blanket in.
Like a
Oh.
snuggie blanket.
Oh, this thing is so snuggly. Actually, this is definitely a woman's robe because, like, when I put my arms up, you see how it's like at my elbows. But I don't, come at me. I don't friggin' care. It is so comfortable.
One of those snuggie blankets with the hood.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly like a
Ridiculous.
snuggie blanket.
Does your sponsor know that you're a hobo?
What sponsor?
You know the
Our
one
video.
Every sponsor that's ever met me has met me wearing a comic book T-shirt and jeans, so this would not really surprise them.
It's like my video, Rita. It's just like, I can't build this video without today's sponsor, and that is absolutely no one because I still have only 60 subscribers.
But seriously, Bed Bath & Beyond, if you're looking to sponsor a stream, you can send me all the bathrobes you want. I'll rock a different one every day. Also,
Let's
anybody
start
that
my
makes
video
coffee
out that
mugs.
way.
I need a coffee mug sponsor.
I guess I'll stream so I can be like millennial.
Do you have a robe too?
No, I'm actually dressed.
Yeah.
I'm putting on makeup.
Yeah.
You know,
I put on my finest.
These are the inequities of life. If I showed up in a robe, then it would be like you're an actual hobo, and I still couldn't make deals. So that's the life.
Are you saying I'm Hugh Hefner? Is that what you're saying? I can just show up in a robe and get the job done?
That I'm Hispanic and fuck the man.
I think I have a wooden pipe around here too, like one of those old school, like classy ones.
Hannah, you're talking about that was Colonel.
Yeah, I was not talking about SOL. The only thing I know about SOL is anytime I try to play Energy. I'm SOL.
Okay, let's see. Your portfolio is, I think, probably up because the 428.
420 plays it. Oh,
So I'm putting it in money voice text for you.
Sweet.
Melanie. Ignore the Nicola share, obviously.
Rita.
Wait, why is Nicola up $30? Weird.
It's down $1. Down
So every single stock except Best Buy is up on that Cyber Monday portfolio, guys.
Have you ever heard of a company called Novo Nordisk?
No, I don't know what that is.
I was asking Rita because she has a play somewhat related to this. Rita?
Right. I'm sorry, I was having a conversation with Webb. Give me a
Millennial. So Novo Nordisk, with 50% of the market share by volume of the global insulin market, Novo Nordisk is the leading provider of diabetic care products in the world. Based in Denmark, the company manufactures and markets a variety of human and modern insulins, injectable diabetes treatments, as well as oral anti-diabetic agents. Novo also has a biopharmaceutical segment constituting roughly 20% of the revenue that specializes in protein therapies for hemophilia and other disorders. This thing has a 19 out of 20 historical success rate.
Okay. You want the big caution that I've got with that? It looks like we're going to have a cure for diabetes in the next 12 to 15 months.
A cure? Wow.
Yeah. GNPX is already headed toward phase 2. It looks like that they will have an actual cure for diabetes.
How's that price looking of GNPX? I never got into that. That was dumb.
I think they were around $3 or $2 when we were looking at them. Where are they now? Yeah, they're still around $3.
That might screw with your Dexcom.
Why would it screw with my Dexcom? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Genprex.
I was trying to help you put some there.
So you guys, here, I'll pull up the chart and you guys can see it. If they've got the cure for diabetes, this all-time high of like $20 that it was at is a joke. Yeah, no. If you have the cure for diabetes, yeah, I would expect their stock to head towards the $50, $60, if not $80 range.
That's a huge market with the U.S., especially with the non-restriction. Like they haven't even put what the price for that.
But what was the ticker for the company that you were just talking about?
Shit, I posted in money. NVO.
MVO? NVO.
November,
okay. Yeah.
November Victor Oscar.
Okay, so your company has built their entire bio portfolio on treating diabetes, okay? You're worth $67 a share. Some competitor shows up and cures diabetes. What happens to your stock?
$20. Because they still do other things, but their main focus is they have 50% of the market share for diabetes.
I would say you lose 60% of your stock. You haven't heard anything on that, GNPX? This was something that I was looking back in April? No, even earlier than that, February maybe. Let's see if I can find it. Genprex, diabetes, cure.
I mean, I may never sell stocks in that retirement portfolio, but this may seem like an exception. Because Dexcom would be totally, utterly fucked. Is there any details on that? Like it only applies to people who are really young, type 2 versus type 1?
So, University of Pittsburgh and Genprex signed an exclusive license agreement for potentially curative gene therapy candidate for diabetes. diabetes gene therapy that may have potential cure for type 1 and type 2 diabetes, which together currently affect approximately 30 million people in the US. That was in February that we started looking at this. As far as progress on this, let me see. Just seeing if I can get a name of the treatment. Or some more recent news. Genprex, diabetes.
By the way, if you didn't notice, I put the Black Friday portfolio in Money
Yeah,
Boys Tech.
yeah, I showed everybody. How
okay.
sexy it looks. I'm pretty happy with that. What are your thoughts on that? Because Monday was the out, right? That it's green today is great, but oh, you made money on CBII. Nice 3-pick. Yeah, I got out of CBII as well today and made a decent $700-800 on it in a week.
Not many people up for Friday action, huh?
I think that it's the power hour. I think people are going to be up for noon with their hangovers and be like, fuck it, I'm just going to play the power hour. Because shit closes down at 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's something from 2 weeks ago. That's just somebody joining the board. That's not an update on the drug. They've been relatively quiet, which isn't a bad thing for a bio company. If they're quiet, that means that they're just doing their job. How bullish am I on Holix? They have an FDA approval on a first-in-class HIV test. So very bullish. This isn't they might get an approval. This is they have the approval. And this thing not only confirms the presence of HIV, but viral load, which allows for physicians to actually customize treatment depending on how heavy the viral load is. It's huge. That's absolutely huge. So I'm very bullish on Holix on that news this morning.
I have some bad news.
Oh no.
The Big Short people are shorting the housing market again. Yeah, I have to mention everything I was thinking this morning. I'm happy. I'm happy to share. Where's Redemption? I need to share with him too. I know.
Redemption's been in here.
What?
Said Redemption's been in here chatting.
Yeah, I just don't hear him right now. He tends to zone out / go do stuff.
I just got back. What? Someone mentioned my name?
Yeah. So I have some bad news. The Big Short people are shorting the housing market again.
Ooh, why would that be bad news, Rita?
Why is that bad news? Oh, I don't know. Last time they did, everything imploded.
Ooh, who's the new Bear Stearns? Who gets to be the next Bear Stearns?
I think it's gonna be M&T. I think it's gonna be M&T.
Well, I think it's Santander, but I haven't looked into it. I just saw a message from one of my friends. Do you remember who played? Remember the guy that hated finance and left finance and was like the Seeds, right?
The Steve Carell guy?
Eisman?
No.
Steve Eisman?
Remember, it was the one that was helping those two short everything.
Oh, yeah, Brad Pitt.
Right. No, it's not Brad Pitt, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
The guy who's like, don't
So-
fucking smile.
yeah. So his associate, which didn't even make it into the film, is shorting the housing market again.
Oh, hooray. What a day.
So because I don't.
What are we thinking? New York?
Inadvertently don't have him on my fucking Google alert. I need to go add him. I need to go look and find what the actual stuff is.
I would like to put forward Citibank as the next Bear Stearns.
You want to Google it and see if we can find it?
Yeah, let's play which bank gets to die. Shall we? Which
It's gonna be
US
M&T.
bank?
Pull your bets in chat.
Yeah,
What
throw them
is-
in there.
What do we think? What do we think is the one that's gonna die? I say Santander.
Don't you dare say Wells
And-
Fargo. Oh shit, it's Wells Fargo. It is Wells Fargo.
The one that I've always said is a piece of dogpile
It-
dog shit. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it is Wells Fargo.
Why did you Google it before we all guess? God, you're a horrible party host. God.
It's almost like it's strange how I was talking about Wells Fargo being a shark.
It's almost like I call dog shit. Thank you.
Oh
Thank you.
shit.
Thank you. Here always.
Oh shit.
Tip your waitress, bitch.
All right, let's take a look at this. Loans by category. Commercial loans. I'm sure those are doing well. That's Bank of America. Residential mortgages. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's Wells Fargo. By far.
Why is it Wells Fargo? Because commercial CMBSs? What?
Right there. Residential mortgages.
By a little bit.
By a little bit. The next
By a
closest is
lot.
281. Yeah, it's a lot. That's like $50 billion more than the next guy down.
General, yes, he is, but I suspect, and we won't know this until the new year, I suspect that he's been offloading, like heavily
Buffett is offloading. There's no question of that.
I mean, who
Buffett
called it? Who called it? Come on.
There's already articles out that he's been offloading. Don't you remember I told you I was like, oh, it was Buffett.
It's twice as bad, though, because the leader for commercial real estate loans is also Wells Fargo as the winner.
Short Grant Cardone somehow.
Yeah, so residential and commercial properties, Wells Fargo is at least 40 billion up on the next closest. Mind you, looking at US Bank Corp, they're not as big, right? So yeah, okay, these big boys here all have the Bank of America, Wells Fargo have the biggest holdings, but US Bank Corp is tiny and has a large investment in residential mortgages. How big is... Okay, let's see. Wells Fargo.
How big is it? I don't know. Massive. Did you see any mention of him? The Big Short shorting again or something? Any?
Where's the link for that? This is Forbes. This is just
That's
a
what I'm saying,
breakdown.
I don't know the link. My friend just fucking told me, but he's pretty eerie with this shit, so I just...
This doesn't say anything about shorting, just their holdings.
No, not that they're shorting, is that the Big Short people are shorting again.
Yeah.
I forget it's Grant? No, something. Fine, I'll look for it. God, your Google foo sucks.
We're just on two different tangents, that's all. I'm trying to figure out who's more at risk with defaults on residential mortgages.
Residential too. I thought it was mostly commercial. I'm leaning towards the commercial. I wasn't looking at residential.
Yeah, but the big short guys are shorting residential mortgages. That's what the big short was. It was on residential, not commercial. They didn't go visit stores, right? They went and visited suburbs.
Dave Burt is his name.
Dave Burt.
I have a link if you want it.
I've got him smiling at me here. Big old shit-eating grin. Let's see.
Shorting it because of climate risk.
Yeah, I don't know what my friend was talking about. Climate risk, that's going to take forever.
He says by next year.
So 2022 bond? Sorry, 2022 leap.
Oh, interesting. So he's looking to short banks that have large real estate holdings in flood zones. The market is acting as if climate change doesn't exist. Anywhere between 60 billion to 100 billion worth of mortgages for coastal homes are issued each year. We're continuing to build in these flood hazard zones. You end up with a very scary looking situation. So let's see what that is. Flood zones.
You've got a point.
USA. Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I mean, fire zones would be another one that I look at, right? California? Who owns the mortgages in these fire zones?
The problem, not about fire, but for the flood, the U.S., the one at risk really is the federal government.
I want a map. Okay, so what we're looking for is the big old... Okay, major, moderate, minor. This is 2019. High risk. So anything here. This is the Louisiana Baton Rouge, right? This area here.
Well, how can you tell which banks have the most those areas? Boof. Oh, weird. It's like I need a fucking Bloomberg terminal for this stuff.
Bank of America.
Again?
No, I like bank.
Yeah.
Bank. Oh.
Bank of America, top mortgage lender in Louisiana.
Out of all the dog pile that is banks, they're like literally the most responsible most of the time.
But that's not the only flood zone, because there was another one that was quite large on this that's up here by the Great Lakes. This is... What state is this?
Michigan? Illinois?
I'm a Canadian, so I'm allowed to be off on my U.S. geography.
I didn't see where your mouse...
North Dakota, Minnesota. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Just south of Winnipeg. They get the Chinooks, right? If none of you know what a Chinook is, this is a Chinook. This flooding it's literally this leak here that you see coming down. This is Canada melting down. The Chinooks are completely separate from El Nino or El Nina, which is typically what people look at, but overlay that map with a population density map.
I kept
Say El Nino or El Nina.
thinking when you said Chinooks, I was like, wait, the helicopter?
No, the Chinooks. Come on, man. You never been to the Western Canada, the Chinooks. It's a thing.
The only thing I know from Western Canada is that they burn their cities down when the Canucks lose.
Oh, we don't count. BC doesn't count as a Western city, bro. Come on. Get with the times. Okay, population density by the US by county. That's what I want. Give me that. Okay, and so you want me the mighty Chinook. No, like this. Google that if you actually want to learn. Good luck building a wall. We built a wall to keep Americans out. It's called winter.
Yeah, we're getting rid of that too. Weird.
You notice that Canada is the only country in the world not complaining about global warming?
Of course we are. We're just saying that we need to do better, but we actually don't do anything. So
Okay, whatever this city is here, this area right here, this is a warning. This is a flag zone. And then there's no other major population centers there.
Well, I fucked that up.
This area here, like where are the Okay, so that's flooding. Flooding, Louisiana would be a big one. Minneapolis would be another one. So who owns currently Bank of America is the one that we're looking at. Most mortgages, Minneapolis. Wells Fargo.
no qualms of showing Wells Fargo.
Isn't that Minneapolis right there? That's major flood category. Yeah, but this is forward facing. This is not retroactive. What was once a flood zone may not be a flood zone. What is going to be? I need a hydrogeologist. Does anybody know a hydrogeologist? I mean, I know that there has been multiple conversations around New Orleans not being there in 5 years. Is New Orleans in danger of becoming a modern day Atlantis?
Pretty much.
Yikes.
Almost was there once already.
Okay, so this is kind of scary. How do I get this to move slowly? Look at that. Like, look at that. That's scary. So this is 1972. That's 2014. Holy cow.
But millennial, I thought we stopped global warming.
It's climate change, man. Um, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, more so. I'm chewing on this big short guy shorting banks on mortgages, but not based on financial indicators, instead based off of global warming. He wants to short mortgages because these houses are all going to be underwater, and the banks that are holding these mortgages are just going to get defaulted on, and they're going to be holding property that's, you know, only a fish can live in. Okay, fire zones.
So he's shorting subprime debt again, which is completely different than shorting the bank.
Curry? Is there bread? Could I have bread to dip in that? Thanks. My wife made curry. I mean, this is actually saying that the fire hazards are in Northern California instead of Southern California, which I guess makes sense because there's no trees left in Southern California, right?
Oh, I laugh because this is sad.
Chase. Rocket Mortgage, Better.com, Chase, Citibank, Bank of America. That's 0 for 2 on Bank of America. The issue is, like, if you're holding shorts this long, that's an expensive game. Like, that's a rich man's game to hold shorts ad nauseum, right? Like, they're paying pretty heavy interest on those shorts, right?
Yeah,
Waterfield.
super.
Yeah, I got my Funko Pop option. Just been sitting there. Somebody finally took it. Stocking stuffers, right? Everybody gets a Funko Pop in their stocking stuffer. Mm-hmm. Yep. Funko Pop is publicly traded. FNKO. So back in February, Funko Pop was up at 15.30. It then fell to. You can just put it here. That's fine. Thank you. Curry's great. Is this curry bread? Yeah. Oh man. My house is gonna smell like India.
More coffee.
Yeah, I mean, this one's saying that they're counting New York City as a potential flood risk.
All right, I'm gonna go start my stream. I see yous.
See you.
Do it. I mean,
have a Tesla with Tesla. Do you like it?
fucking Tesla.
I love more than a Tesla.
Fucking Tesla.
Ooh, maybe I can buy that house. The market is so stupid. I think I can buy a house here with last week's. This is so dumb. So dumb. Dumbest shit I've ever seen. It's the 2000s. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, every single passing day, it is looking more and more like that .com bubble.
I wish I had lived through it so I could be like, yeah, this is definitely it. Not.
I remember living through it, and I remember people losing their shit over it. Like, just losing their minds. Where people had put their entire life savings into these .coms, like 2Cows, right? I think 2Cows is still publicly traded. Yeah. TCX. Actually, it's up. What the fuck? Hmm. Well, I mean, I'm glad to see that the major housing sectors aren't Wells Fargo owned. Minneapolis is, but Cutmote lives there, and he says that they never flood. So Wells Fargo should be okay for one more year. Hill's moving on up. Back up to $1.86. Did you exit entirely, Redemption?
I only took off a quarter.
I think this next hour is going to be nutty, guys. Oh, okay. So it doesn't carry an official designation. Okay. This is the worst part, guys, is waiting. DGLY is on what I'm suspecting will be the insanity following the Electoral College vote on December 15th. Waiter's a 6-month hold. Not going anywhere on Waiter. Hill. LPL, I wonder. I wonder. The Apple deals look pretty crappy. Has anybody purchased an Apple product today? Did anybody buy anything Apple on Black Friday? Hmm. I mean, I'm wondering because there comes a point where that annual drop, it's just the market becomes overly saturated, right? So in video games, you saw it with EA, with cars. Stop wearing a robe, you hobo. Get on my level. You wish you could wear a robe. You're just jealous. Um, that's right. Robe gang represent. Mod abuse. Martini's role is to abuse. She's one of the few people in this world that can just show up and give me shit and no problemo. Long on robe. Actually, it's a pretty short robe because it's a woman's robe. It just goes past like the belt level. This belt is supposed to be at my waist, and instead it's like up at my rib cage. Don't care. Still comfy. Do 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 do. Uh, I'll mute the Discord here for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the stream and you're looking for the single greatest investment you can make, in my opinion, my wife, the time, the effort, and the love have been worth it. This lady is amazing. So shout out. If you don't have a wife, I highly recommend them. I know people have had bad experiences, but I'm a huge fan. Big fan on the wife. Where can you find our Mrs. Millennial? Now, I found mine at a church. I recommend you stop looking for the misses in bars and clubs. I do recommend that you consider looking in libraries, schools, uh, churches, the places where people are just down to earth and kind of boring, Um, yeah, I think he did. Yeah. And it's great because like I was able to grab myself an 8 or a 9 and I'm a 6 and it's like that's perfect. I'll take that all day every day. Oh yeah, she comes with all kinds of divvies. Yeah, I guarantee you are not finding your wife on Wall Street bets. Obviously, stay in your age range. Do not go lurking around high schools. I'm talking about colleges and university campuses. Come on, guys. Come on, sickos. My wife would never let me get away with saying she's a 10. Cougars are fine, but that's like when you're 60 and you're going after a 20-year-old. You know what I mean? Like you're still not hitting up the college or the high schools. College, and you're old enough to have a kid in college. Like that's a cougar, right? Let's see what's happening over here on the stock twits. Okay, I think this last hour here, guys, is going to be a little bit nutty. I think we start to see things do some crazy stuff up and down and all over the place. Okay, so that's DGLY. People are saying buy that's a dip. Wisconsin may flip to Trump early next week. Major riots may ensue. What? Huge sell-off on Palantir. What does a huge sell-off on Palantir look like? Oh, yeah, look at that go. Damn. What happened? Anybody know?
Citron happened. Citron.
I gotta ask Martini for opinion here. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Hey, Martini.
Hi.
So I'm not an expert on Palantir and the PayPal Mafia.
Okay.
I'm saying buy the dip, but Citron just dropped a huge short report, and this thing is down 16% today now.
What's their short report? Okay, hold on. So Citron are famous short sellers, and they tend to move stocks. So let me go read this. So they usually put reports on their websites and stuff like that. Where's the report? Ooh.
I don't have the report. I was asking Redemption, what the hell happened to Palantir? It's fallen all the way to $26.
Yeah, Citron Research. They're like Hindenburg. They're like the Wolf Pack. They move stocks. If they're coming after you, watch out. That's all I gotta say. All I see is a tweet here. I don't.
Does
where's the
anybody
rest
have
of
a
the
link
tweet?
to the short report? If anybody can get us a link to the short
Mm,
report so we can read it and actually evaluate what they're saying. What concerns me is the Canadian government just put the Canadian pension plan into this. They bought like $80 billion worth of Palantir.
I was kind
So
of fucking late on that one.
yeah, not too happy about that. Oh no no
I
no
think
no
they
no.
just tweeted Millennial. All they
Okay.
did was tweet. What a run the past month for all, but traders looking for short exposure. PLTR is no longer a stock, but a full casino. Does not take a ball of crystal to know this will fall back to ARDA. What does he mean by that? Shorting with a $20 2020 target. I don't. So Citron, I don't know. To me, they don't really. Their research is kind of like whatever.
Oh, funny. They're being clever. Arda was the name of Earth on Middle Earth. So because Palantir is a Lord of the Rings reference, they're dropping a Lord of the Rings reference.
This is my reaction to that. Fucking nerds.
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 By the way, new shirts are
Nerds.
live.
Ooh. Look what Web made. I had to show you.
Martini got swag. If you guys like Martini swag, Martini got swag.
Where's this thing? I don't see it. Oh.
Who doesn't want Nicola in motion on a t-shirt, ladies and gentlemen? Come on.
Hilarious.
The thing is, that's one of those t-shirts that if you wear it out in public, anybody that gets the joke and is like, cool t-shirt, you know right away that they are degenerate traders, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Most people look at that shirt and be like, I don't get it. What the hell are you
This
talking
is
about?
definitely cycling pandas right up his alley. If Panda doesn't buy this shirt, then no one will.
Okay, so the official
Oh,
examination of this
God.
that we have is that Citron tweeted.
Hilarious.
Does anybody think that they have
But
too
it's
much
in
power?
motion. It's in motion.
That a short firm can just put out a tweet and tank a stock 16%? Feels a little overpowered, no?
What feels overpowered?
That Citron can put out a tweet and tank a stock 16%?
I mean, because they're usually right about this shit. That's why it happens. Like, they just look at all the shit that they went after Blink. When did they go after Blink? Let's see.
Abez, everybody shits on all the shorts. Muddy Waters, Wolfpack, Citron, everybody shits on them because nobody likes somebody who's spitting in the punch, right? Everybody's having a good time. It's a nice party, and they're the ones that are like, hey, by the way, this party cost $8,000 and you're all in debt. Nobody likes that guy, right? Nobody likes the guy that's in the room pointing at the elephant saying, there's a giant freaking elephant here, folks. You're all walking around it.
10:43, November 23rd. When was that? Yeah, 23rd. Oh.
That's exactly it, Abez. It's like the guy that bets on snake eyes at the craps table.
So if you had taken their short right now, you'd be up $5 ish from 31.40, and it's sitting right now. Blink is sitting right now at 27. Casting couch. Thanks, Gus.
I mean, the thing
Thanks
is,
for reliving that good joke.
does the SEC look at that and go, well, I mean, that's I don't know the official term of stock manipulation, but that feels like to me, if you can put out a single tweet and tank a stock 16%, like that's market manipulation of some kind, isn't it?
No.
No?
No, because they're expressing their opinion, and if people move on that, there's not much they can do about that. Right? It's about if they make material, like if you just say, yeah, this looks like dog shit. That's your opinion, right? It's not market manipulation.
So if Buffett comes out and says he likes Palantir at 40 and he's buying it. Do you think he also doesn't take shit on that, or?
I mean, they all do it. I would imagine. I don't know. This is what I've said is we need a lawyer, a securities lawyer around us. Well, we don't know that he got sued, but law. Let's see. Market manipulation examples. Okay, let's go to examples. Churning. When a trader places both buy and sell orders at the same price, the intent is to churn up the trade volume, making the stock look more interesting to other investors and thereby increase the price. Painting the tape. When a group of traders creates activity or rumors to drive up the price of stock. Wash trading, selling and repurchasing the same security or substantially the same security to generate activity and increase the price. Bear rating. I mean, this looks like you have to make a trade for it to really be manipulation. Well, there's insider trading. I feel like I have a grasp on that one. If that's manipulation, then the stock twits bros are fucked.
No,
Don't hate the player, hate the game. True,
Yeah.
Callie. Hey, Callie.
Power hour. Power hour starts in 4 minutes, guys. I'm gonna leave Martini alone now. She's doing real person work and real trading. I'm just gonna go be a dog shit trader. Thanks though. Palantir kind of took me by surprise there. It's been on such a tear and then it disappeared.
Well, I was gonna try and go through the filings of Palantir today. Do you want to do that with me?
Yeah, I'll come hang out with you after the market closes for sure.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Oh, sorry.
Us printing into infinity. Are you still there? What happened?
Yeah, just one more thing. I sent you a DM that needs like actionable action
saw it.
on it. Yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
Awesome. Okay. So the Mara position that I took is already profitable. It's already green.
It's free real estate.
I love free real estate.
So do I. That's why I'm selling puts on Palantir. Worst case, I get to be a proud owner of 400 shares at like 22.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be volume here on this last hour, so we'll see what happens. That's not coincidence that Citron dropped that. This thing was all over Wall Street Bets. I mean, this is just a retailer's wet dream at this point, right? They're all over this thing. I just don't know if the retailers are currently on par with the institutions. I honestly like Eura's puts better than I like the strength of the retailers on this. I don't think the retailers in 10 minutes, 15 minutes can fight institutionals, but there's no way. There's no way that they can. Yeah. It's like a lightweight fighting against a heavyweight. Even the best lightweight may get a few good shots in, but at the end of the day, that heavyweight's going to clock you in the jaw. Retailers in Canada. I was not happy to hear that Canada is playing this with the pension. I have no idea. I have no idea what their average price is. I don't know why they're playing a stock like that. The first thing that comes to mind is why aren't you playing Canadian equity with an $80 billion investment? Their soul up 30%. Novavax is on the hope of the vaccine. That's 23%. Not one retailer in this mix. It's very, very interesting. I thought for sure we would see Etsy's up 8%. I guess that makes sense. Who else do we got here? Pinduoduo. Coke is down, Kroger's down, Walmart's down. I mean, this non-cyclical consumer looks to me like it like Monday is going to be the run on it. What I would like to see is what is Bitcoin doing today. Yeah, Slotus, you've been around long enough. I'm okay with that. Am I going to get DMCA'd if I play this? I feel like that's a DMCA. I'll mute it. Okay. I watched it. I'm a boomer, so I don't get the joke. I think the best insight I can offer on that, Slotus, is I wish there was a way on this that I could look up Bitcoin. BTCX? Oh. Yeah, the thread is scary that you've got there. So the thread on it is, oh, somebody on Wall Street Bet says it's worth 1,000. Everybody in. I think the day of reckoning on Wall Street Bets is coming.
Nothing new. It comes once every like 4 months.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The group buy on Wall Street is quite obvious. If you were to hop in there and look at the top trending post for the day and then check to see the retail positions taken in that stock on the same day, I think that you're going to see that there's very clearly a connection between the two. I don't think it would be too much of a leap to show an association between those two, especially when they go into things like lumber liquidators, right? Sure, on some of these bigger ones like Palantir, where the whole market's hot on this crap, fine. Maybe they get away with it, but when they get into some of these dog shit things that are low float pump and dumps, that's when it becomes really apparent. Okay, so currently Bitcoin's back up to 17,000. Is that accurate? Day? No, it's not. 16,780. McLive Sauce, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. I'm glad you are enjoying it, sir. You're new. How did you trip across us, by the way, McLive Sauce? I got to start asking new people how they found us. All right, 2 seconds here, guys. I'm just going to grab some water, and I'll come back, and we'll finish off this power hour, see how things are going to go. Looking for major movers. I think GameStop into the end of the day is actually going to do quite well. It's already up 6. It was up 15 at one point. I think we see it go back up for sure. So I'm going to grab some water here. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, cool. So just chatting is where you found us. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, out the gate here. Cars is turning around a little bit. My Funko calls for June are now profitable, so I'll take that.
Johnston is coming over.
I sold puts on what? Oh, Euro. Yeah, Euro sold puts.
I might have.
Makes sense because the hype right now is everybody taking those puts because Citron said so, but you're saying, oh, this thing is actually worth more than what Citron says, so go fuck yourself. I mean, CCL had a great day. I'd love it if Hill would come up to 190 here and fill and just let me out of it at $190. I don't know that's going to do that. Let's do Hill, LPL, DGLY, Mara. Interesting. Corsair is down 9% today. I'm looking at exiting half at $190. The Corsair is down 10% is very interesting to me because this is one that I think does quite well over the weekend here into Cyber Monday. Weed legalized next week? Do you have a link on that? Okay, so if you're buying that on Trend News Rampage, that's great. But the reality is that if the current excuse me, if the current House can pass the MORE Act, it doesn't mean squat because it will fall flat on the Senate. Yeah, Congress can vote on it, but then it would have to be taken up by the Senate, and the Senate won't take it up. At which point the new House will come into session, the new Senate will come into session, and they'll have to restart. So it's just symbolic. It's to give people hope. So there's definitely a trend play on it for sure. I bet you Shopify does quite well over the next couple days here. They're up a little bit today, but I think they do quite well. I think I'm just going to get it out of LPL here. Last half hour here. It says Nicola is moving.
Move up a little so I can take out my order. I want to get out before this weekend, but I don't think I have time.
What's your position?
I have a vertical on this thing, 25, 22 and a half by 25 at 120, December 18th. I'm in the green slightly, but like if I was to mark it out right now, I'd only take like 10 cents. But I'm trying to take the 80 that's there right now. I'm selling the spread. So
Hello?
Hey.
Shot you another DM there, just real quick. What do you think we see here? Power half hour. Big movement? No movement?
I think they already made their moves. To be honest, Spy always does a crazy thing with all those MOC orders. But again, guys, the market is closing. It is an early day. If you have positions, please get out of them. If you are not an overnight seller.
Yeah, I think over the weekend is going to be really nutty. Pre-market Monday especially is going to be bonkers. So,
Lots of volatility with all the data coming out of Black Friday.
yeah, it's going to be nutty. All right, I just want to make sure you saw the DM there heading into end of day.
Yeah, I put it up. It's not filled yet. I'll get it filled. It'll be
Okay,
fine.
cool. Okay, what are we looking at here? Oh, we got a halted stock right before the end of the day. SPRB. So this thing is up 17% today and is on a halt at the moment with no news. GameStop gained 1% here in the last 10 minutes. I'm not sure if you guys heard Rita there, but she was saying she doesn't really like this weekend. It tends to be an extremely scary weekend as far as volatility goes. So
it's scary weekend for what?
Volatility from Friday on the short day, Thursday off, and then Monday we get all the Cyber Monday, Black Friday news, right? Pre-market.
I'm counting on it.
I hear that juicy tone of tendies in your voice, Hira. Tech sector to the moon Monday.
Well, we're in backwardation, so I mean, like, I'm just hoping that this correction that we have is going to switch us back to normality.
I don't think so.
I mean,
we're heading into utter insanity through December.
Close.
We're heading into electoral vote, inauguration, and vaccine approvals in December. I don't think normal is happening anytime soon.
Well, I mean, like, Well, what I was talking about was that mostly when the futures are lower than the spot price. And currently, I think we kind of adjusted that because when backwardation happens, it's like it usually corrects itself pretty fast. I think we did that today, but can't be 100% sure.
AMD's looking good over the weekend, actually. Pretty pumped about these Mara $4 calls for January 2022, though. I think those are going to go real nice for me. Spy's not really doing anything crazy here, guys, in the last half hour so far. I guess there's those big handles of volume right there, but
Are we looking at the same SPY?
yeah.
How it went up 0.5% most of the day, and now it's at 0.
I'm just looking at the volume there. I'm not looking at the actual price movement. I was just looking at the volume over the last little bit here. There was a large volume spike a couple minutes back there. Not a huge amount of price movement on it, but really volume is kind of what I'm looking for here at the end of the day. I'm hoping that people show up and just kind of pile into the market, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose my mind if that doesn't happen, but most of the plays I think I've got right now are into the electoral vote for sure. Blinky Meow, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. How did you find us, by the way? I got to start asking everybody that. Did you find us in Just Chatting or somewhere else? Okay, DGOY is even on the day here, so that's good. Yeah, I think one of the top priorities for Biden is going to be getting that federal mandate on body cams and dash cams out. I think that's just going to happen. Recommended side panel. Interesting. So who else do you watch, Blinky? Do you watch other stock traders, or I wonder, do you watch other guys in house coats? I'm doing quite well. Day's coming to an end here. Market's getting ready to close, so pretty pumped for that. Yeah, but I can't see Biden doing anything but, especially with Kamala Harris, who's like pro defunding the police, right? Like, I've got to imagine that's there. Log or Hunter, how you been, buddy? Yeah, there's the volume pickup on Spy. There we go. Things are starting to move a little bit. Ooh, oh yeah, you were in SOL. Nice. Hi. Come on, come say hi. JT. He thinks he has to go for a nap if I pick him up. Uh huh. Who's that? Who's that? Huh? Who's that? Say hi. What do you think? Spy go up or down? Uh-oh. He said down. He thinks spy down, guys. Spy down. End of day. Everybody says hi. Can you wave
It's a
hi?
hungry thing.
Say hi. That's your truck, yeah. He says all in Ford. Is that a Ford? What do you got there? Bronco? Is that a Fisker? What do you got there? Oh, it's a Chevy. GM, huh? Yeah. Future Kramer? Yeah, I mean, he's got a little bit more hair going on, but he could do it. I'll teach him the ways. Actually, I've got a daughter who's wicked smart with the math. I think she's probably going to be the one that comes closest to taking this on. She can kind of see the pieces and put them all together. Do you like Tesla? No, he doesn't like Tesla.
Your truck?
Truck. You like gas trucks, right? Yeah, global warming. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, you have 1,000 words to say, but not the one that I tell you to. Get on out of here, you little moo. Oh, I love babies. They taste so good in between two pieces of bread with some mustard and cheddar. Just
You didn't eat any of it.
I did. I had two pieces of it. Okay, Spy's looking up a little bit here. Maybe my son was wrong. Maybe it doesn't go red. CCL had one hell of a day. Good for you, CCL. No eat, baby. Listen, don't knock it till you try it, okay? Delicious. Tender. Man, I'm so pissed I didn't put more into BlackBerry. My entry on it was 676, and I just bought the 20 shares to be to say that I had skin in the game, but it is up to $8 now.
You said BlackBerry?
Yeah, I've got it on the TSX. I got it in at 676, and now it's up to 798.
I don't know those numbers. I think the US ones are different.
Yeah, they'd be lower by about a third. So it'd be like I got in at 4 and it's up at 5 or something now.
It's at 613. So
Yeah.
you probably got in at like
450.
480.
Yeah. Ballpark. Somewhere around there. Thoughts on AZN? Just waiting for the military to say how much of it they're buying. If it doesn't spike off that like I expected it to, everything that I've seen from them as far as announcements on deployment, sales team, etc., has me holding it ad nauseum. I am more convicted than ever that ACRX is at least a $10 stock. At least. With Waiter's a play into and through Q4, so yeah. Even though it's down a little bit here, I think what we're going to see is, let me pull up the, excuse me, the lockdown calendar. So there's no new state lockdowns here. Masks are mandatory almost statewide. There's a little belt here from Idaho down into Florida that's not required, but that's only a matter of time, I think. If we look at the Johns Hopkins, It depends on the size of the order, to be honest. It really does depend on the size of the order. Active cases. US map. New cases. Where are the majority of the new cases popping up? New Mexico, Colorado, New York, Chicago, LA. I mean, that's interesting to me that these are where these things are popping up, given that LA is supposed to be on pretty strict lockdown. Vegas has got some major outbreak. Phoenix, El Paso, Houston, New Orleans. What's interesting about New Orleans, guys, is it's like a... Oh no, maybe it's not. Maybe that was just a body of water. New Orleans is not a breakout center. Houston is, though. All in QS? Quantitative spending? Yeah. The moratorium on student loans is interesting to me, that they would just get rid of $3 trillion of debt owing. I can't see how they can afford to do that, but well, SPY buying up a little bit there. GameStop's up over 8 now. I think with Mara and Riot and Bitcoin, I don't know that people believe that it's going to stay down over the weekend. I'm wondering how many people think it's going to buy up over the weekend. No way SPY goes back up to 364 today, does it?
I don't know if it's gonna go up that high, but I know I'm gonna make all those fucking channel points in Stocky's chat.
I mean, that's good to see with Funko Pop. It went from being down 0.5% to up. Like, it's gone up 2% in the last 15 minutes. So that long is probably profitable now. Yep. Up $6. Almost 10%. Space is up again today. What the frig? I guess up from open because it declined. Or up from the close yesterday. Because it went up to 2880 and then it fell back down. I can't. Space makes no freaking sense to me that it's up where it is. Man, it is pumping. Look at that chick go. Yeah, you can see that pot news is moving because there's CGC, Afria, Tilray all of a sudden on this list. Ron. So pot is moving here. Redemption, you see that green candle on CCL?
No, actually, yeah. I'm worried about my other position right now.
It's back up over 2150.
I want it to close above 23. That's where I'll feel comfortable with it.
Okay, grab that. 3,500 at 64.
All right. Well, I couldn't get anything else, so I guess I'm locked in for the weekend. Let's do this.
Look at CBII today. Redemption.
Smart Insights. Ugh, TSX Pure. What's what this one?
This was the one I took instead of GDRX.
Holy shit. I'm just seeing the uptick it had from September.
It's going. It's
When did you
uplisting to TSX Ventures in the next week and a half here.
When did you get this?
Last week, I got it. My original's at 48. I got out today at 58. So I made like 30% on it, and then I got back in at 64. But I think it's gonna. I mean, the only analyst on this thing who's been on this thing from Go.
Market closed.
I'm happy with that. Okay, so CBII is actually 6,000 shares at 64.
Does TSG not? Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I thought he was like, "Oh, market's still open. Oh, keep going." It's like, okay, well, it does say on there there's like a 15-minute extended hours for the options market, so only on certain options.
All right, guys, we're going to hop over and hang with Martini here and figure out what the heck is going on with Palantir, whether it's a real thing or not. I will meet you guys over there momentarily. Thank you so much for hanging out today, guys. I will catch you back Monday, 9 a.m. Look forward to seeing you then there, ready to go and print some dollars later.